Hey guys, Philly here, welcome back to another video, and today I am making a video on the very basics of Dragon Blox. Now, this video is aimed at people who have just picked up the game. They have no idea what they're doing, maybe they haven't really watched Dragon Ball before and they're just looking for a fun game to enjoy. I strongly believe that this game can be enjoyed by pretty much anyone as long as you get the basics down, and this video should help you with that. So, you've spawned in, what do you do? Well, there's a couple things to note. First, up here, so this sort of fist symbol, that is your power. Power is really important in this game because it determines what modes you're able to get. Now, modes are transformations in this game that you get that will give you certain benefits. As you can see, the very first one you get gives you plus 200 health and plus 20 energy. Now, as you sort of go down this list, you can see this power required. That's exactly how much power you'll need. You don't need to worry about Game Pass ones for now, but if you do get a Game Pass, you can unlock and do this. You don't need any sort of power requirement. You can just instantly go into them, no problem. Now, as you go down and down further into these different modes, the more powerful they become, and obviously you gain a lot more benefits as such. Now, other ways to gain benefits without needing modes, right, is rebirthing. So rebirthing is a core element of the game, and I'm sure you know what a rebirth is. I mean, it's practically stapled across every single Roblox game ever. Now, rebirths will give you this every single time you rebirth, and there is a total of 100 rebirths currently, but going into update 10 there will be a total of 200 rebirths. So this is what you get. You get plus 200 health, plus 20 energy, plus 2 power gain, which means you gain a little bit more power per punch, and plus 20 skill damage. Now, skill damage is the damage these abilities do. Now, these abilities are also very important, because if you were to click here, let's just say on Psychic Grab, right? Now, I'm going to reset my skill points to better explain this, but let's just say I wanted to unlock Energy Wave. This is one of the abilities that's pre-unlocked already, but let's say I've unlocked it, right? And I was to come down here, so you have these skill points that you gain from rebirthing, you can use them to upgrade your skills for a total of this many skills, right? So you can only have so many skills equipped at once, and you want to be careful with using your skill resets. You will gain your skill resets for rebirthing and using codes, but you only have a very limited amount of them, so use them sparingly. Now, I can just say upgrade the damage on this, I can upgrade the speed and width of the attack, pretty basic stuff, right? Now, I should mention that Silver Zenny is gained from doing special quests. So if you were to come over here and let's just say I wanted to refresh this list, I'd have a bunch of different quests I can do. You don't need to worry about this at the start of the game. There is barely any point. The only thing that you realistically use Silver Zenny for is this shop vanity stuff, and if I was to come over here, you can get this at 1 rebirth and 50 silver zennies. You can get a cool little nifty sword. That's about it though, right? I wouldn't worry too much about that though. It doesn't really affect the game that much. Now, pretty much the premise of this game is to click. Obviously you can't see me getting power because I'm at the max currently, which is 450 million. You can't see me getting any power, that's why. But pretty much you want to click to gain power to then rebirth, and I would recommend you max your rebirths before doing absolutely anything else in this game. It's only to 100 rebirths, and it doesn't take as long as you would think it would take. Now, that being said, it still does take a decent amount of time, so maybe that's not something you want to do straight away. Now, I also want to mention that when you spawn in, you need to come over to this guy straight away. And why I say this is because this guy is really important. So, you come over here, and you click Learn Kaioken. Now, Kaioken is a technique, not a mode, not a transformation, it is a technique. Now, what techniques do, if you were to come over to your inventory over here and come to Equipment, you can see here, this is your technique slot. Now, I have Potential Unleashed, which is the best technique in the game currently. Right, but you'll start off with Kaioken. Kaioken is pretty much a weaker version of this, and to activate your technique and to progress your technique, you tap M. So as you can see there, that is what Potential Unleashed looks like. But every time you go into Kaioken, in, out, in and out, you will gain progress. Or obviously I can't check that because I'm currently maxed, but if you were to check that, it would say a certain percentage number, and every time you go into Kaioken, it increases that. So you would keep doing that over and over again until you have maxed out your Kaioken. And then once you get that, you can go get Potential Unleash, but I wouldn't worry about that too much. Now, I want to talk about the different multiplier zones. So over here, there are 3 zones. Now, I want to say, though, that these 2 zones, King Kai's Planet and Koron's Tower, are practically useless, and I wouldn't even use them if I was you. Castle Ship is very, very useful. I would be using this, but the first zone that you want and you will unlock will be over here in the Time Chamber. Now, the Time Chamber only requires 50,000 power to enter. I think the first rebirth is about 50,000 power, so every rebirth after the first rebirth you'll be using this. All you have to do is walk in, and it's a 5 times power boost, and it makes life so much easier. So pretty much you'll be using this until you reach around 500,000, until your rebirths start to cost more than 500,000 power. Then you would run across over here and all the way back down over here to Capsule Ship, where you would then farm in here for ages. So this is pretty much becomes your end point of farming up until 80 rebirths, which is a while, I know. But if you were then to come over to this planet over here, so there are 3 places that you can visit, right? This place requires 10 rebirths. I wouldn't even worry about going here until you've hit about 80 rebirths. You can go there to explore if you would like, but there's no real point. If you want some PvP, you can go over here. This is where you do all your PvP. But over here is a planet. There will be a place called Destroyer Island, which will give you a massive 50 times increase to power, but you need 80 rebirths to go there. Now, the next fundamental feature of the game are items. Now, as you can see, if I go into my inventory, these are the items I currently have equipped. These are the best items in the game. I have tons of videos explaining different items and the best items and how to farm them. I recommend you guys go check those videos out as well if you want to figure that out and more in depth. So there are 2 types of items. There are stat items, as I like to call them, and then there are vanity items. So these items don't actually do anything and they don't give you anything special, but they are what your character will look like. So if you put an item in your vanity slot, it will just make your character look like this without the kind of ugliness of the other items. Because, you know, if I was to go over here and then I was to turn off all my vanity items like this, right? Let's just do this real quick. My character doesn't look that good. It looks a bit weird, you know? It looks a lot better like this. That's the point of vanity items. Now, you won't really need to worry about vanity items for a while. I especially wouldn't worry about them. Now, as I was saying, items. Now, items you get by killing mobs. So if I was to come over here and let's just say I want to kill this bandit, right? Let's kill a couple bandits, maybe we'll get a drop, right? Kill this bandit over here as well. As you can see, alright, so NPCs in this game will drop chests. Now, there are multiple different tiers of chests in the game. There are commons, which is this white type of chest here. Those will drop at a 10% drop chance. The next one, as you can see, Bandit Mask, that is a stat item. The next type of chest is a uncommon, which is a 5% drop chance. The next one after that is a rare, which is a 4% drop chance. The next one after that is epic, 2% drop chance, and after that is the legendary, which is the final tier, which is a 1% drop chance. Now, different NPCs will spawn around the map, which you can find, you know, sort of like this guy, all these guys, different boss locations as well, like this guy, and just pretty much wherever you go in the map. You know, at the moment there's a Christmas event going on. I know it's 2 months, they haven't updated the game, it's 2 months late, but there's a Christmas event going on over here. There's different quest givers that do different quests for this guy. Different quests, lots of NPCs, right? You kill these. Killing these NPCs will give you power, and they'll also give you items. Now, personally, I wouldn't recommend going for items until you've completely maxed your rebirths, as you won't really be able to farm them effectively, but you always can. It's still an option, right? And maybe you get a bit bored of farming or whatever, right? I Personally, as I said, I wouldn't recommend it, but if you're really getting bored and agitated of just clicking to farm, then absolutely by all means go and do that. Now, the best way to farm up to max is using an auto clicker, which is allowed in the game. Do not be fooled by anyone telling you it isn't. If you were to come over here to this game pass, it literally says that it's useful if you AFK farm. You are allowed to auto click in this game. It is okay. It is not a bannable offense, and you will not be punished for it. It is fine. Now, that pretty much covers the basics of the game, guys. Now, I'd like to mention that I am running giveaways in my Discord for this vanity set here, and also different game passes, so come hang out in my Discord. It will be in the link of the description below. If you found this video helpful, or you just liked it, make sure you chuck us a like and a subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.